Hello and welcome again to Chris's Caribbean Delights. Since we are all looking for healthier options these days, we are going to change our traditional treats and habits. For instance, what we're going to do today, we're going to do the hot cross buns, but we're going to do a healthier version of hot cross buns. We're going to just do whole wheat hot cross buns. And it would be the same concept, same recipe, but we'll just change that flour, cut down on the sugar, and just make it a tad bit healthier. Okay, so let's go to those ingredients and get the whole wheat hot cross buns going. See you there. So, here are the ingredients for our whole wheat hot cross buns, and let's get into it. First, we have flour. We have our 4.5 cups of whole wheat flour. We have a 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and we have our spices. A 1/2 teaspoon of clove powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon of allspice. With that, we have a teaspoon of salt. This is the yeast, 2.5 teaspoons of yeast, active instant yeast, a 3/4 cup of oil, vegetable oil, and we're going to have the zest of 1 lemon and 2 oranges. You need a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of orange zest and 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. So before we get started with that, the raisins. So I forgot to tell you, I have a 3/4 cup of raisins here. The raisins, I'm going to infuse the raisins with some liquor, some white rum. I just added there, and I'm going to let those soak for a while. And this mixed fruit, I'm going to use a little bit of that just to enhance it. The milk I have here, I'm going to heat this milk to 115 degrees and add the yeast to it so that we can proof the yeast. So whilst all that is going on, let's zest our lemon and our oranges while the milk is heating up and the raisins are being infused and all that. So let's get started. So I actually forgot the eggs. I have 3 eggs here, which I'm going to incorporate into the mixture. So let's go to the stand mixer and get our ingredients together. So here we go. Allspice, salt, our nutmeg, cinnamon, clove powder. Let's get our orange zest in there also. Orange zest, get it all in there. Lemon zest, and sugar. I'm going to put my whisk attachment on just to get those all incorporated and mixed in. I'm going to just let it go slowly. for a little, just to mix all those ingredients in there. Let them get them evenly distributed. Good. That's good. Now I've switched to my dough hook. We add our eggs in here. And going to add the raisins in here. I'm not going to put this liquid, this rum in here, although we're getting off from Easter. And it's a celebration. But the rum might be a little too much for the, and especially if the kids are going to have it. Anyway, so have the eggs in there, have the raisins in there. Get my yeast mixture in here. The milk and the yeast that was fermented, and get the oil in here, all the liquid ingredients. And now we're going to get the dough, bring the dough together. I'm going to bring the dough together. And as I said, I just wanted to use the fruit, this holiday fruit, just a few pieces in there. And we're going to see if it needs more flour or not. Once it comes together, it should come together nice and firm, but soft, but tacky, and also come away from the sides of the pan when it's all together and ready to be kneaded. So this is going to go for maybe about 5 or 6 minutes or so, and then we'll come back and we'll check on that. So after about a minute of mixing, there is still some dry flour in the bottom, so you have to stop your mixer and stop your machine and give it a mix. So I just turned it up. I just got to the bottom and just made sure that there's no other, you see, there's still some dry ingredients in there. So now that it's all turned up and everything is mixed together, it's everything is up on top now. So we'll just continue mixing. You just have to keep an eye on it. Now that the dough has come together, I will take it out and put it on a floured surface and just form it into a nice little ball, and we knead it a little more so that we can get it in formation. So I'll now remove the dough. Okay, so as you can see, I turned it out to a floured surface. I'm just going to give it a little knead, a little bit of more kneading. Just fold it in onto itself and push it out. Fold it in, push it out, fold it in. The machine, the mixer, did most of the work with the paddle, with the not the paddle, the dough hook. The dough hook did most of the work. And let's check for the gluten development. You should be able to stretch it out. You should be able to stretch it out like this without it bursting and breaking apart. And so you know the gluten has developed and it's ready to be proofed. So we'll just sit it down, sit it aside, and let it double in size, and we'll be back. That will take maybe about an hour. So that's how you check for your gluten development. We'll put it in a nice greased bowl and let it sit for an hour. So after about an hour, my dough has risen. And we'll just punch it down. Give it another fold over. Okay, and now we'll try to we'll divide this into equal parts. You can use a scale if you want, if you prefer, or you can just eyeball it, which is what I'm going to do. Some of them may come bigger, larger than some, but you're making it for the house. If you're making it for the house, it doesn't matter. But we'll just try to eyeball it, and you can make them whatever size you want. You can always adjust the size as you go along. All right. So we'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there you go. Got there 6 already. They're pretty much the same size. Okay, so we'll just lay these out here, and then we'll go ahead and make our buns. We have to make them into little rolls. So this is how you'll do that. You fold in, fold over. You don't need a lot of flour here. You just fold over, keep folding over, folding over, folding over, folding over, fold it in, until you get to a nice little ball like this. And you'll make a fist with a little tight little round hole with your thumb and your forefinger, and you'll just roll it. You put it around the dough, and just roll it around, roll it around, roll it around, and you get a nice round ball, and place it in your tray. So let's go again. You fold it in, fold it in, fold it in, fold it in. And then once you get it all together, just roll it around, roll it around, roll it around your hand. You get a nice little perfect round ball. So now that I've finished rolling them off into the little balls, I'm going to cover this and just let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes, and just let them rise again. So this is the second time you're going to let the dough relax and get that gluten working, and let it rise again. So while your dough is rising for the second time, you have time to make your cross, the batter, to make the cross on your cross buns. Remember, these are whole wheat cross buns we're making, so we have to put the cross on there. But I'll do the icing, a sugar cross. So I'll show you what the ingredients for that. And also you can melt your apricot, make your apricot glaze. You're going to put an apricot glaze on it in the end when it comes out of the oven. So let's go to the ingredients for the cross. We're going to use a piping bag to put the cross on there. So we'll be back. So for the cross, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try a sugar, 3 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to do a sweetened flour cross. With 3 or 4 tablespoons of flour. Let's see here. 4 tablespoons of flour. Right. 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar. 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar, confectionery sugar. Right. We're gonna jazz this up a little. It's gonna have some vanilla in there. A little bit of vanilla. Along with a couple of tablespoons of water. Let me just pour about 3/4 of a tablespoon of vanilla. Three tablespoons of water. Now we're gonna give this a mix. Because of the vanilla, it's gonna get a little brown, but it's gonna be smooth and it's gonna be sweet. Okay. If you want a little thicker consistency, just add another 1/2 teaspoon of flour. think it should be a little. And the color is fine because remember we're doing whole wheat cross buns, so it's gonna blend right in. Okay, so once the buns have risen again, we're gonna pipe the crosses onto it. So we'll be back. So in the saucepan, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of water, or maybe 4 tablespoons of water, depending on how much glaze you want to make. We're trying to make the glaze 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Give it the flavor. And we're going to add about 4 tablespoons of the Apricot Preserve. And this is going to go on the fire, and it's going to melt away. The preserves are going to melt away and create that lovely glaze. And also you need 1 tablespoon of sugar. Still need that sugar so that it can get that sheen. Though the apricot, the preserves have the sugar in there also. But it's going to give it that nice, a nice sheen. So let's get this, stir this in, get it on the fire. And you're going to just let it melt away and become that clear glaze. And that's what you're going to put on it. And we're going to glaze the buns while it's hot. So we'll do a hot glaze on a hot bun, or a warm glaze on a hot bun, because if the bun is cold, it's going to just suck it in, and it's not going to have that sheen. But you're looking for that nice sheen from the glaze. So let's get this on the fire and get it going. So I found a tip that I think could work perfectly for this, and we'll just pipe our crosses on here. Good. So we'll continue with the others, and I'll be back. So now that your buns have risen, the crosses are on them, and put them in the oven at 350 for approximately 20 to 25 minutes. Now my buns are out of the oven, hot cross buns. and I brush them with this wonderful apricot glaze that I made. The apricot glaze is also warm, and you're brushing on the warm glaze onto the warm bun. Because if you do the hot glaze or the warm glaze onto the cold bun, it's going to, the cold bun. So now that our buns are out of the oven, nice and hot, we'll baste them with the apricot glaze, the wonderful apricot glaze that I made. Melted some apricot with some water, and some apricot preserve, I should say, with some water and some sugar, and it's going to give it a lovely sheen. So these are your hot cross buns with an apricot glaze. Awesome. I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter and you'll try this recipe. This is a healthy version of the hot cross buns. It's a whole wheat hot cross buns. Whole wheat hot cross buns. And it's very simple. You just have to substitute your flour. Change your flour. So, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll continue doing the rest of them. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter. So let's cut into this guy of the whole wheat hot cross buns. The whole wheat hot cross buns. Oh, it's nice and fluffy inside. Awesome. Awesome. Nice and fluffy inside. And you can have this with some cheese or some spread. I have some lox cream cheese I can try with this. It's heaping helping of lox cream cheese. Mmm. It's sticky, but hey, it's awesome. Cheers. It's so soft. It's so soft. You can see. It's heavenly. It's delicious. Lots of people kind of try to stay away from the whole wheat products, but the whole wheat bread, the whole wheat flour does a wonderful job on many things, and this is one of them. This is an awesome job. It's totally whole wheat. You cut down on the sugar, put a little glaze on top, but hey, that made up for what you didn't put inside. Anyway, it's a fantastic bun. Hot cross buns. Happy Easter. Enjoy. See you in the next clip.